Hello and welcome to Iridium Rock and Metal Reviews. Today I'm going to do a reaction. I'm not sure how it's going to go yet, but this is my first one. So I want to say thanks to Gabe Holguin, I'm hoping I said that right, who's asked for this song. So I want to do reactions now because I think that I need to mix it up a little bit. And I quite like watching reaction videos on other YouTube channels, so I thought I'd give it a go. Obviously reactions means it's something I haven't heard before, so I've been asking for some requests and Gabe came forward with this one, and it's a Motley Crue track actually, and it's from the album Motley Crue, but this is the one where Vince Neil wasn't singing, where they got the new singer. And you know, it's a bit of a weird one with new singers. Usually I do give new singers a chance, and I never actually listened to anything with this. His name was John Corabi, or Corabi, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. And Vince Neil left the band in '92, and this album came out in '94, and the track is called Uncle Jack. Now, like I was saying, some new singers don't work out for bands, some do, you know, and when I do actually get to hear a singer, I do give it a chance. And you know, it's not like I won't just listen, I'll stop listening to the band altogether just because the singer left. I will give it a chance. A good example of this is Queensryche. I think their new singer's outstanding, even though obviously Jeff Tate was, and I love the band now just as much as I did back then. Some examples of bad singers, I suppose, not actually bad singers, but maybe not fitting in with a group, was one of my bands I love the most, Van Halen. You know, even though David Lee Roth didn't have the best voice, I think it just fitted perfectly with what Van Halen were all about. You know, and when Sammy Hagar came in, I didn't mind the 5150 or 5150 album, but quickly went off of them. Much prefer David Lee Roth. You know, even though his voice probably ain't as technically good as Sammy's, but I don't know, I just think it's fitted with the music, you know. So I've read a little bit about Uncle Jack. So like I said, the release date was '94. This was the last album that Motley Crue done that was produced by Bob Rock, and I'm reading a little bit about it on Wiki, so it's not 100% proof. But it's said as alternative metal, or trying to fit in with the grunge scene or whatever. You know, like I've said before, I don't like categories, I don't like genres, so let's just listen to it for what it is. Now, the album's had mixed reviews as well, so I'm just going to do it. It is a reaction video. One thing I might be doing on this one, I'm going to see how it goes in future, but I'm going to be stopping it and giving reactions as we go on the song. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea when they hear reactions, but I like those videos where they stop it and talk about bits that have happened in the song. I prefer it, so I'm going to give it a go like that. Put your comments below anyway if you think that's the wrong way to go about it. If you don't like the video, you do like the video, and obviously give me some songs to listen to. What I'm trying to do is listen to bands that, when you put bands forward, I'm trying to listen to something that there's a good chance I like it. If you put an extreme, like a death metal one for instance, I don't really like death metal, I won't, no point in me reviewing that and listening to that, because I just, you know, it won't give a fair assumption of the song. I can understand why people are into that music, but I'm not. So I want to give a decent review and a fair review. So I like Motley Crue with Vince Neil, but I never gave Motley Crue a chance without him. So this is my chance to do that. So Uncle Jack's been chosen. Cheers Gabe for choosing it. Here we go. Right. Sorry, I'm going to stop it there. So obviously totally different. I'm going to try and not compare it to obviously Motley Crue. It's hard because it is them, but you know, compare it with Vince Neil. But does sound completely different. Obviously not party rock as they were. It's really heavy. Excellent production on this, so clear. The guitars are way up in the mix. I like it so far. Obviously we're not, as far as the singer's concerned, ain't heard enough of it yet. He's probably going to get to some high bits in a minute, you know, but I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. Really, it's really good, totally different, but good quality so far. Let's get it going again.
That's my heart to see you living. Even morning it's control. You're the monster in the closet. Take the secrets with them to me. And I can make it behind last night. I can see you get on the floor. I hope that you're feeling so much pain now. Got time, can hear them screaming. Broken hearts, broken dreams. Got time, these evils to creep back. Never coming back here again.
Right, might go into the solo in a minute, I'm not sure. I left that a little bit because I wasn't sure if they hit a chorus after the initial verses, because I didn't hear a big chorus, if you know what I mean. I didn't hear the song lift. Obviously it's a different sound that they're going for, you know, and you could probably, with older Motley Crue stuff, or even you could hear you knew when a chorus was different than the verse. I'm not saying it's not different, but you can't hear a lift in the song. I couldn't hear a distinctive lift and thinking, oh yeah, that's a catchy chorus. Because I like melodic music, that's just what I look for, I suppose. But I think we've gone through verses and choruses now. I actually prefer the verses. I didn't think there was a particular lift to the choruses on that. I really like the sound of the music though. I think it's really heavy, it's really different. Singer's really good, you know, you can't fault the singer. Completely different than Vince Neil, but why wouldn't he be, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm liking what I'm hearing. I just didn't hear that lift in the, you know, that catchiness didn't get me. You know, maybe they were probably going for something different, but let's keep listening. So let's go. know what, I think Mick Mars is really underrated. He probably hasn't been able to show his, you know, his full potential on Motley Crue records, but what I like about solo, when you hear a solo, I don't like it to be too fast, if you know what I mean. I like it to be a tuneful melody, and I think he is spot on that. Mick Mars is a better guitarist than people think, and you know, he sounds like he's been let loose a bit on this track, and probably has on the album, you know what I mean. It's probably a bit of breath of fresh air for Mick Mars on this album, but I really like that guitar solo. Had a lot of melody in it. It sounded like it was written rather than just jammed, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of thought gone in behind it, and I'm loving the guitar sound on this and all. Obviously they've detuned the guitars because they were going for that sound. It's really heavy, really heavy, so I love it. I really do like the guitar sound. It might be a bit controversial, this, but obviously that big rhythm guitar sound sounds a bit like the Black album to me. It's like got that real deep, heavy sound to it, like the Metallica album. But shoot me if I'm wrong, but that's my opinion. So let's keep it going. Nice solo though, brilliant. Wow, that's fucking heavy as fuck. That sounded like a song. Oh, I know it's really hard in metal. I never say that bands try and copy other songs. I'm not saying they've copied, but that sounds like Alice in Chains. I think it might be. It Ain't Like That. It's got that. Fuck me, that's heavy. Really good part of the song though. Well, I saw that it was at a minute and a half to go, so I knew something else was coming, but liking this bit, brilliant. Let's keep it going. Loving it. Right, yeah, it's good. I really liked it actually. I was saying the only thing for me is that it was missing a chorus, but you know, the thing is, it depends what the band were going for. Do you know what I mean? It was obviously different, anything different they was going for beforehand. I don't think this would have, if you've put Vince Neil in these songs, in this song, it just wouldn't have matched. Simple as that. And I thought there was obviously going for something completely different, and I like it when a band tries new stuff. I love the verses more than the chorus. The guitar solo was brilliant. You could hear every note. Like I said, it wasn't all about speed, and I know Mick Mars can do speed, but it wasn't. It was really melodic. I loved it. I love the end bit as well. Definitely, obviously 94, obviously influenced by some of the bands around that time, but all bands are influenced by other bands. Simple as that. But the production on this, wow, it's probably the best production I've heard, and they had some good production on some of the Crue records, but it's one of the best I've heard, easy. Loved it. So yeah, it's a thumbs up. I don't know if it would be on a playlist for me, but it'd definitely be, I'm going to download the album, probably download it from Spotify or something and give it a go, because I thought it was well worth giving the rest of the album a listen. I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of it. So thanks, Gabe, really thanks for asking for this song. Really liked it. Hope you like the reaction video as well. Please put your comments below and give me some reactions to do. Thanks. Bye.